Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing a painting I did in Procreate recently for Elysian.21's Draw This in Your Style challenge on Instagram. I find scribbling thumbnails really helpful. I already knew I wanted to draw them sitting back to back and in the clouds somewhere lovely and fun, but I could try out slight variations here, like where to place the red string of fate. So I liked the third thumbnail a lot already, so I didn't bother with a fourth one. I remember I was also pretty pressed for time as well. I wanted to go for a more stylized and cartoony vibe with this one, the way I do with a lot of my traditional art. So the line art is going to stay through to the final version. I always find it harder to do line art digitally, so this did take me a while, especially the face and hands. In hindsight, actually, it would have been probably quite time-saving to do a cleaner sketch in between the thumbnail and the line art, so I'll remember that for next time. The brush I'm using for the line art is Procreate's default dry ink brush, which I really like because it has a taper added on, so that's super helpful for me because I don't have a pressure-sensitive stylus. So Jimin's hand took me forever as well. One of the focuses of this Draw This in Your Style was the whole pinky comparison joke between the two of them, so Jimin's pinky needed to be smaller relative to Tae's. So I realized that I'd drawn Jimin's head too big in relation to everything else, which is another reason why a clean sketch would have helped in between. This looks like the bi pride flag at the moment. I was quite inspired by episode 143 of Run BTS and those adorable illustrations for V and J-Hope's story A Spoonful of a Heart. So I really wanted some texture like the sky painted last summer for this Grishaverse modern London AU in the corner. So like some kind of crayony soft look. So I've not really painted many spacey environments before, so I had to look at some pictures of nebulas, and I also absolutely loved the color palette of the iconic posters for the anime Your Name. Do any of you know it? Also please let me know any anime recommendations in the comments. I've not seen that many yet, but I've really enjoyed the ones I have, so I'm looking forward to watching more. Anyway, here I continued fiddling with the clouds. I kept vacillating between thinking it was too soft or too rounded. I'd probably tell past me to just take a break for a bit and look again, but as we all know, they say hindsight's 20/20. Are there any Monster X fans around here? If you are, let me know your favorite songs in the comments. I'm not that keen on the smell of oil pastels and crayons in real life, but the texture is so nice, so I'm really loving the digital versions. And doing the stars was really fun as well. The fill selection tool is so useful for when I have to do flat colors. I kind of hate this stage as it always looks a bit wrong to me, but every time I skip it I end up regretting it, so I'm doing it here. To be fair, doing flats can be quite calming sometimes. It's like if I'm not in a rush, sometimes I like to color a shape in by hand rather than with the selection tool, and it kind of feels a bit like a coloring book, especially with the line art. So I've not really done portraits with strong colored lighting before, but I was hoping it would all look cohesive in the end. As the light source is sort of from all around, like the clouds, from the stars and the moon, etc. So I tried to think of where each part of the figure was getting most of its light from and what color the source was, if it had a color. A strong color, I mean. The inspiration for their outfits was from the Dear Class of 2020 video, which I'll link to in the description box. It's one of my favorite BTS performances. I forgot to say actually, back when I just finished the background and done part of the flat colors for the figures, my Procreate app suddenly crashed, but luckily I'd sent a Procreate file as a backup to my laptop after the last drawing session, so at least I hadn't lost everything. So my one top tip is to save your artwork. I'm pretty paranoid actually, so I do it every time I leave my desk, really. The yellow moonlight on his hair was super satisfying to do, so I'm definitely going to do more colored lighting scenes in the future. I tried one of my own Procreate brushes, which for me I call it the basic paintbrush, and it worked really well for the cardigan. It kind of has a fuzzy, slightly scribbly edges, so it gave the effect that I wanted, and quite quickly too. I also used this brush to do the stripes on Yoongi's shirt in my Set Me Free painting, which I'll link to the video in the corner somewhere. Here we are with the finished painting. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. I upload new videos every other week. Check out my Instagram too for shorter videos and more art. Links in the description. See you next time. Take care.